Hey boys and girls, you know the drill. We're going to get ready to read our story for the day. Before we start the story, I've got some two-syllable words I want us to do some word work with, just to make sure that you're remembering those different patterns and some of the different rules that we know to help you break these words apart. These are words that you're going to see in your story today. So let's look at these together. Get to focus. All right. So remember, when we're breaking up words that we're pretty sure have more than one syllable, we need to start by marking the what. Hoping you said vowels. So I know that E is a vowel and E is a vowel. And I love when it works out like this. We have two consonants in the middle. And most of the time when we have two consonants in the middle, our syllables are going to divide right down the center. So let's look. I have X, X, P, Ect, expect, expect. If you expect something, you're kind of waiting for it. So let's look at this one. What's the first thing that jumps out at you in this? You might have said, well, we have SH, but the first thing that jumps out at me is I see ED at the end, and I think it's going to be an inflectional ending. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend that that ED is not there for right this moment, because that's going to make it easier to break apart the word, and then I'll add ED. So we're going to mark vowel, we're going to mark vowel. Oh no, they wanted me to really have to think. I don't have two consonants, so I have to kind of figure it out. Most of the time, you're going to divide after the consonant. Sometimes that's not true. Sometimes you might try it that way, and the word comes out as nonsense, and you have to divide it different. That's okay. So if I divide here, this word is fin, fin-ish, fin-ish, finish. Let's look at how it would have been if I divided it here. So if this is my word, if I divide here, that leaves this as an open syllable. It's open because there's not a consonant after our vowel. So this would be fine-ish, fine-ish. I don't think fine-ish is a word. So I definitely don't like that one. Let's stick to this one. Fin-ish. Now if I have fin-ish, SH is unvoiced. So ED is going to be unvoiced. Finished. Finished. Well, we know what it means to be finished. You're done with something. Let's look at this one. E is a vowel. E is a vowel. Ooh, I love it when it works like this. I've got two consonants in the middle. Divide down the center. L, shell, ter, shelter. Ooh, we talked about shelter a little bit yesterday. And we know about shelter because of our animal habitat unit. Shelter is somewhere where you're protected. Last one. Vowel. Vowel. Love it when it works this way. Divide down the middle. Thunder. 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 Well, there's going to be thunder in our story. That's kind of common sense because we've been reading about storms. All right, you're going to need your book if you haven't gotten it. You can go grab it now if you want to. We're going to read In the Storm Shelter. Well, in yesterday's story, we know that they were having a picnic and the dark clouds and winds rolled in and they went into the storm shelter to make sure they were safe. Their storm shelter is like a basement. It's underneath their house. Let's talk about some words we're going to need that have to do with storms today. You're going to hear the word gusts. It's a verb. We use the word gusts when we're talking about wind. They come in strong gusts. You can actually see it here. The wind gusts. It just means that it's really strong, and a lot of times it makes a lot of noise. You're also going to hear the verb cracks. But this isn't like you have a crack going down a cup or something like that. This is cracks like to make a loud noise. What do you think is going to crack when it comes to noise in this story? I'll give you a hint. It's going to be the thunder. Thunder cracks is the way we talk about thunder. Along the same lines, you're going to hear the word booms. Booms is going to be to make a loud noise. Usually it's a real deep noise. And the last one, you're going to hear the word peaks. This isn't like mountain peaks. This is the verb peaks. Like you peek inside something. You take a look at something that's hiding. So those are going to be some important words. I am not going to read this story to you today. I want you to read it. How many times do we read our story? We read it 3 times. And then you're going to answer your questions. Now, let's look at one of our questions together. Excuse me while I tear my page out of my book. Your first 2 questions are pretty normal. Okay, they are things that happen in the story, give me the page number, things that happen in the story, give me a page number. But number 3 is a little different. It says, describe what you do when it storms. And there's not a page number at the bottom. Why don't they give us a page number here? They don't give us a page number because you're not going to find what you do in a storm in the story. We're going to find what who does. The Spencers. This should be what you do. And I don't like that we've had nasty weather lately, but there are real life experiences lately that you can connect to. What did you do on Easter when we had that tornado warning? What did you do last week when there was all that nasty rain that came through? Do you watch the weather? Is there a certain place in your house that you go? Are you scared? Are you relaxed? Who takes care of you? Those are all things that you can think about. Just make sure you write in complete sentences. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to let you handle that. Read your story 3 times and make sure you get your questions done and upload for me to comment on. I love you. Thank you for all your hard work.